bring out the first competitor.
Jimmy's in the back with a pocket of heart. If you listen close, you can
He
hear
is the Crown Jewel Collection.
heaven knows.
He is the Mr. with no apologies. He weighs 206 pounds. He comes to us from South Bend.
Judy's in the
Scotty Young!
Well, Scotty Young here, you can see just from the way he's walking out here the kind of individual he is. Pompous, arrogant, no respect for anybody or anything.
Tell you what, Casey, I like Scotty Young.
You would.
Not sure what that is supposed to mean. I mean, he's clearly the best. Look,
Well, one thing you can say about Scotty Young, he is one heck of an athlete. And the match we're about to see has a long, long history behind it, making referee Toby Lee hold the rope for him. Like that's our senior official. You don't treat our senior official like that.
well, we should have somebody here holding the ropes for him then. I mean, when you're a caliber of talent like Scotty Young, you deserve that stuff.
Well, Scotty Young has a tough task ahead of him, AEW Lurch,
He does.
as making his return to the ring is a former Outbreak champion. The first Outbreak champion, in fact.
Ace Perry was at Emerge 1, Casey.
Yeah. And like I said, these two men have fought all over the Midwest. Scotty Young and Ace Perry have fought each other in Kentucky, Indiana, Illinois, Ohio, Michigan. These two guys have taken their craft all around the United States. And now, here on the biggest stage they've ever had in Emerge, expect to see their best.
They've traveled the country. You've said it. They are at the pinnacle of independent wrestling right now.
With a 30-minute time limit, your referee, Toby Lee.
And you can expect to see some things in this match that you've never seen before. These two guys, both young, both brash, both cocky. But it seems that every time we see Ace Perry involved in a conflict in Emerge, he's going up against some sort of bully. First it was Joe Pittman, your classic high school bully, and now it's the guy who exemplifies the preppy rich kid. But you can respond in your sweater.
Say what you will. He is high class. He is high talent. He is obviously a highly trained wrestler, and he's the best.
I believe that. I just wish he didn't.
Well, seeing is believing, and you know what? He must have a mirror at home. That's what I'm looking at.
Two men locking up now, working into a wrist lock is Scotty Young. Ace Perry trying to get out of it. And all the girls screaming for Ace Perry to get out of it. A wrist lock of his own. These two guys never spend too much time feeling each other out, but it's always important to feel up your opponent tonight, this match, this city. And now pulling the hair of Ace Perry.
He broke the hold. He broke the hold. He understands.
He broke it, but that's not the point. He is talented enough. He doesn't have to do this kind of stuff.
Well, you know, you got to take the edge. You got to take every edge you can in a match. You got to shoot all the angles, and a talent like Scotty Young knows that. We're seeing that, Casey.
Yeah, for sure. Well, two men now taking their time to kind of size each other up. Now 2 men. And see, it's important that, you know, they know each other, but you got to size up your opponent because this is the biggest stage they've ever been on.
Based on what we're seeing so far, they have scouted each other out.
They don't have to scout each other. They know each other.
Oh, wow. And right now, Ace Perry is trying to get an edge, hugging the fans. I mean, Scotty Young knows better, Casey. I mean, he's obviously, you know, knows enough to maintain his energy, hold on to his strength, understand, you know, this is Emerge Wrestling. This is the pinnacle of independent wrestling, and he's not going to waste this shot showboating unless he needs to.
Well, I would argue the fact that he needs to. Test of strength, Scotty Young calling for, and by the looks of things, he is the stronger of the two.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt.
And now, Ace Perry off, beautiful, beautiful arm drag, and this match has heated up in a hurry. Floating over is Scotty Young. Ace Perry off the ropes, cartwheels through. These two guys off into the ropes goes Scotty Young. Ace Perry floats over. There he goes. And now getting caught almost with a big drop kick there from Ace Perry. Rolls through, however, with an arm drag. Another arm drag. Both men going for a drop kick.
Wow.
And what a display of athleticism from these two guys.
And the crowd appreciates it. Look at them. They're giving them a standing ovation.
That's the thing about it, that both of these guys are so talented. Both of these guys, don't get me wrong, Ace Perry has a bona fide ego too, but he deserves it. And honestly, as much as I hate to admit it, Scotty Young deserves every bit of accolade he has gotten. These two guys are fighting it out for their ultimate spot, Lurch, in Emerge Wrestling. And the ultimate spot in Emerge Wrestling, a title match in Emerge Wrestling, is so, so important.
No doubt about it.
Many people consider it the pinnacle of their career. I was talking to Dakota Prodigy a little bit earlier, and he's told me all he wants is to get a shot at the Outbreak title. That is how important this company is, and these two men are doing everything that they can.
Come on, Scotty, you're better than... There we go.
These two men rolling through, trying to pin each other, but they know each other so well, it's hard to pin each other. Backslide there from Scotty Young, gets a 2 count. Getting a lot of 2 count. Schoolboy there from Ace Perry. And Ace and Scotty are both highly impressive. And if these people, if our Emerge family did not know the name Scotty Young before, they're going to leave here and never forget it. And now Ace doing the respectable thing here. Both of these guys have put on a tremendous, tremendous.
Oh, but Scotty's smarter than that. He's not going to waste his time with that kind of show of respect. This is a wrestling match, and like you said, he's here to win.
I would agree that it was probably not the best move for Ace Perry to try to go for that handshake there. But when you respect somebody, you respect somebody. And as much as these two men hate each other, they respect each other. And this match has been so much of the two men trying to one-up the other one. And now Scotty Young out here and Ace Perry off the ropes. Ace Perry, suicide dive through.
Come on, Scotty.
And now, wait, Scotty Young with an equally impressive suicide dive.
Scotty Young landed hard on this gym floor here at Parkside Elementary.
And that's the thing. Oh, wait, Ace Perry.
Whoa!
Big flip over the top. And like I said, Lurch, it is about the one-upsmanship between these two guys. Ace is the school pretty boy. Scotty is the school preppy kid. And these two guys need to prove who's superior. And once and for all, they're going to do it in Emerge tonight. Springboard there from Ace Perry. Misses, able to land on his feet. Now looking for a suplex there. Does not get it into a DDT.
There we go. Finally, he's taking the upper hand.
And Scotty Young has lost it. I think we're done with testing each other. I think we're done with one-upping each other. Scotty Young is angry.
Well, he's frustrated. You know, he keeps seeing the referee, you know, count the 3 too slow.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm sure that's what's happening.
Look, Scotty Young is a fighter. He is a pure winner. Look at him. He is a class act of a wrestler. And he's slamming Ace Perry.
Truth be told, I don't think Scotty Young thinks necessarily that Toby Lee is doing anything wrong, but he knows Ace Perry is so talented. And I mean, this guy won the Outbreak Championship. He defeated Joe Pittman in an epic 2 out of 3 falls match to retain it. Like,
well, there's no doubt Ace Perry is a caliber talent as well. I just don't think he has it against Scotty Young tonight.
Yeah, and Scotty Young, not to be, you know, Scotty Young has a little bit of a chip on his shoulder too. Where was Scotty Young at the beginning of Emerge? Where was Scotty Young when that Outbreak Championship first came to fruition? Scotty Young believes he should have had that shot, and Ace Perry shouldn't.
Well, that's debatable, but it looks like the two are going to settle it tonight.
Off into the ropes now, getting caught with a backslide. 2 men trying to backslide each other. If they backslide, both of these men have given so much energy, it could do it. Butterfly suplex there and got all of it.
Showing why he's the best, Casey Johnson. Showing you why he's the best. Oh.
And yet again, this capacity crowd on hand sitting in awe of these 2 men. And now chop to the chest. You can hear it across the building. Another big chop. And these 2 guys aren't pulling any punches.
When you chop the chest, you are knocking the wind out of your opponent momentarily. When you knock wind out of your opponent, you take their energy away.
Yeah,
their blood
exactly.
slows down. Their blood flow goes.
We were talking about that earlier with Brett Havoc. Both of these guys rely on speed and quickness. If you take that away from them, they have no game.
Absolutely.
All they got to do is go back to their Wrestling 101. I don't want to mention that because, you know, I don't want to mention the average white guy again. Ace Perry rolling through, catches him with a savate kick. Roaring elbow there. Not quite the power of Dave Davidson, but it does its work. And a sick kick there from Scotty Young. Both men are down.
I believe his teeth may be in the back of Ace Perry's throat right now. He did a backflip from that kick.
Four count here. If neither of these men can make it to their feet, this match is over. It is a draw.
Come on, Scotty.
7 count. One of these men needs to get back to their feet. Now Scotty Young over here, and these 2 men are right in front of us. Ace Perry rolling through, tries to catch him with a cutter.
Oh!
Beautiful, beautiful combination there from Ace Perry. 2 count only.
That's right. You're going to need more than that to take out Scotty Young.
It will never cease to amaze me how annoyed David Lee is when he gets told it was only a 2 count. He's like, I know. Double knees now to Ace Perry, and these 2 men are giving everything that they have. Misses with the drop kick. Scotty Young 1 step ahead, now off into the ropes and throwing himself, just throwing himself, using his body as a weapon to Ace Perry. That's what these 2 guys are about, and he's about to get the pin. 2 count only.
Well, the laws of physics say that Ace Perry's jaw is likely fractured from Scotty Young's elbow.
It's one of the laws of physics. What goes up must come down, I think. Again, grabbing the hair of Ace Perry. Ace Perry able to catch him with a side kick, however, drawing him closer. Ace Perry now to the top rope, and what is he thinking here?
Oh!
Double knees to the back of Scotty Young. Oh my God, over the top rope he goes. Big swanton there, tope con hilo. Very similar to what he did earlier, but to the outside. Ace Perry has his moves and he sticks to them. And now we have the soaking wet headband of Ace Perry on our table.
Speaking of fluid.
Fireman's carry position. What is Ace Perry looking for here? Perhaps a driver of some sort. And now,
there it is.
Belly to back suplex turns him inside out.
What we've been waiting for, Scotty Young to show you why he is one of the best
Oh yeah.
in the country.
Neck breaker there on the knee. 2 count only, and perhaps there for a minute, Scotty Young took a little bit too long to think about what he was going to do. And Scotty Young, fantastic mind for the business, but he is bona fide and very angry.
Taking the elbow pad off, and that is legal. Let's not forget.
It is. Into the corner, and Scotty Young. And what these guys are giving right now, these men are giving everything that they have.
Scotty Young is totally dominant in this moment right now. He is throwing Ace Perry around the ring.
Ace Perry needs something big to get back into this thing, Lurch.
Well, I don't think he's got it in him. That's what I'm looking at.
Now, going for a monkey flip there, but Ace Perry manages to get back from it. Scotty Young blocked the kick and caught him with a backstabber. 2 count.
Oh, and now.
And 2.9 there as Ace Perry finds the will to kick out somehow. Now Scotty Young up to the top.
Oh,
catches him again with another kick. Ace Perry's go-to move to get somebody out. And now these 2 men are right above us. Going for a superplex there, he got it! Both men crashing down to the wooden canvas.
Scotty.
And now over into a driver there, and Ace Perry's gonna get him. 2 count, and Toby Lee's hand hit the mat.
It hit the mat, but his shoulder was up first. His shoulder was up first. You're not going to beat Scotty Young like that.
And this is your exemplary example of what 2 men will do in a merge.
And listen to this crowd. There.
These 2 guys haven't fought in a merge before. This match didn't have a backstory in a merge. This is just 2 men fighting for their spot. Going for his springboard cutter there, and now Scotty Young caught him in a crossface. That could be it. Ace Perry thinking about tapping out. Grabbing the hand of Toby Lee, trying to get some help, doing anything he can, rolls back through. And now Ace Perry catches him with the cutter, and that'll be it. Ace cutter, a 3 count. And Ace Perry in his return to a merge has done it. Woohoo.
Out of nowhere. I thought he was about to tap, and he rolled out of that and ended up in the second rope in front of us.
That's the thing about it, man. Like, Ace Perry is so quick. He can win at a moment's notice, and he just showed that. And yes, it may be cliche, but he caught him out of nowhere with that cutter, and I feel wrong even saying it because it's so overused, but Ace Perry in his return to a merge is your winner.